going to. I invited them to come to mine. They won't come to mine. What's going on? I'll let you know in a bit. Yeah, that's right. They do, Renee. No, they're not in bed. Not yet. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you for the heart, mate. Hello, Sandra. That is questionable. Okay, Stella. You know, nobody's perfect, right, Stella? I'm sure everybody makes mistakes. I'm going to admit I make some. You know, even an older woman can still make parenting mistakes. That doesn't mean I don't address the issues that are going on. I just don't do it on live. Although tonight I will be addressing a lot of stuff that's been mentioned. Thank you, darling. Nope, no book to being a mom. Hey, from New Zealand. In Idaho. Oh man, my brain is hurting. Come on, guys, let's keep tapping and getting everybody, get some more people in here. I want a few more people, and then I'll start talking. Hey, minions. Hey, from Canada. Yeah, I agree with you, Stella. Totally. No, not yet. It is not done yet. There was a lot of work to do. There was a lot of damage to the walls and holes in the walls, and all that takes time to repair. Some of the holes were so big it took several days because you have to keep putting layer upon layer of I don't know, I'm going to call it mud. It might not be mud, but I think somebody else called it joint compound, but it covers up the holes, and then you have to texture it. It's not plaster, no, but why would there be holes in my walls? They were really bad patch jobs, and a hole that the previous owner had covered up with like a thing that went over the toilet. It was covering up a hole in the wall. Well, the inspector didn't see it because they had the thing screwed into the wall. So, we had to get all that fixed. Yes, we had to fix the drywall. Alright, we got over 500 people in here right now, so I think I will pull out my notebook so that I don't forget what I wanted to talk about, and start talking about some of this stuff. So guys, if I'm not replying to your comments, please do not get offended. But I need to get a lot of this stuff out. So there's a certain creator called Mimi. She also goes by Galena Hughes. Normally I wouldn't say her name, but she's blasting me everywhere, so these are a lot of the things that she's been talking about in her lives. Yeah, only the really nasty comments will get muted, Stella. I've instructed my mods not to block anybody. So, first off, I want to start out by saying that over and over again they have said that my old moderators let me restart that. So we get nasty text messages, which again we got today, phone calls that are threatening to harm me, I even got one that said that my house was going to blow up. Nasty text messages. Of course, y'all know about the pizzas. Okay? That is not me sending pizzas to myself. There were some days where we would get 2 orders in a day, and they would be $60 plus. One of them was, I think, in the 90s. One of the ladies that came, and she was a DoorDasher, was expecting to get a $50 cash tip. I'm like, I didn't order this, you know. A lot of the hacking that was going on in my lives, too, a while back, there's a couple people that kept getting blamed for it. They were my old mods, Mary and Tommy. They had absolutely nothing to do with it. They were never instructed by me to do anything. You call BS. Well, you know what? You can have your own opinion. I'm speaking my truth. If you want to hear my truth, be nice. You can be in here. You can listen. Otherwise, you might get booted out. I know, defamation of character. I understand that. I'm fully well aware of that. But you also have to have money to do unblock you. You're unblocked. Obviously, if you're commenting, you're unblocked. But I want to make it very clear that they... Okay. They had nothing to do with anything. They were never instructed by me to do anything. They were never involved in the poll making. Nick was never involved in the poll making. None of that was going on my end. Do I know who was doing it? No. Did I suspect who was doing it? Yeah, I had some suspicions. Yeah, Chrissy, I don't want to talk about that right now. Just let me get through this, please. If you want to send me a private message, that's fine. So, that I want to make very, very clear. None of that was happening on my end or with anybody that I knew. Okay? Oops, sorry, I'm just reading my notes, guys. So, she's also posting a lot of, like, my lives and different things, little clips. She does not have my consent to do that. Why do I have notes? So that I don't forget what I was going to talk about, Julie. We're going to talk about this too. Last Saturday, when I was at the concert with the kids and I went live, somebody took a picture of us and sent it to somebody that I know. They also threatened to They also threatened to damage my vehicle. So we literally had to be escorted out by security to make sure that everything was okay. So who is following me around? I don't know. They seem to know everywhere I go, everything I do, or be fairly accurate. Yeah, alright, you've seen the videos. They have called my son spoofing numbers and started questioning him about what's going on in the house. Like, who does that? She has contacted one of my children. Had a conversation with him, I don't know, over a year ago. Supposedly some of that was played on her live, I guess. And now, mind you, this child is estranged from everybody right now. He doesn't even talk to me or his dad. This has really hurt the relationship between us because we were starting to talk again, and now the kid won't talk to anybody. I think I don't know. He was saying stuff like that Melanie didn't have epilepsy, that he never heard of cerebral palsy or microcephaly. Well, you know what? Melanie was born before this child was. Okay? He's not going to know every diagnosis. There was no reason to discuss it with him. The seizure happened when he was not home. After that, I took her to the doctor and got her on medication to control the seizures. Her seizures are controlled as long as she's taking medication. And as far as the microcephaly, it's not a severe case. Just like with autism, there's different levels, it's a spectrum. The same with microcephaly. It is in her medical records that she has microcephaly. It is in her medical records that she has autism, or what they used to call mental R word. She had seizures while she was in the hospital in front of the doctors. I also have, I don't have anymore, because I got rid of the phone. I used to have a video of her having a seizure. She has them. Why would the doctors put her on epilepsy meds? Okay, she's on carbamazepine. You can look it up. It's an epilepsy medication. They're not going to give that to her without proof of her having epilepsy. Okay? So I'm really sick and tired of the accusations and stuff that are going on with that, the incorrect information. They stated that that I have said that my pregnancy was normal. I've never said that. For the most part, it was normal, except for the fact that both of my children did not kick as hard, and they did not kick as often. Okay? As far as the birth, it was a very quick birth. 2 hours from first contraction to last one. Part of that has to do with the microcephaly. When you have a small head, you slip through the birth canal very easily. Okay? When your child has a larger head, that's when you have to push more. And they, come out slowly. So her birth was not normal either. I've said on several occasions she shot out like a bullet. She broke her collarbone. I tore, which hurt real bad. She never landed on the floor, Galena. Never landed on the floor. I never said that. And yet in your live the other night, you said that I said that. Never came out of my mouth. Never ever happened. So, why the lies? Why the lies? And they're making money off of this, guys, because people go in and gift them in their live. They're watching all their videos. They're making money off of me and all the frickin' lies that they're telling. Yeah, there is no video of where I said that, because I never frickin' said it. Why would I say something that didn't happen? Also, by the way, Galena, if you and your group aren't making those calls and text messages to us, if you guys aren't sending the pizzas, hey, I apologize wholeheartedly, but it ain't us, and somebody's doing it. So, there's your apology. And by the way, I will say, okay, something nice to you, which just really kills me. I love your new haircut, by the way. It's really cute. Hang on. They used to have, they used to have a Reddit page that got banned because of all the nasty stuff that they would say about me on there and all the harassment, and they'd go and talk about what they were going to do to me next. They now have a Discord page. Yeah. They've said that I've cheated on my husband. I guess my son told them that. Not true. Not true. When I was pregnant with Melanie, he was cheating on me. He wouldn't come home till like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. And I'd wonder where he was. He wouldn't answer his pages. He wouldn't answer his phone calls. Nothing. That was not me. It was him. Oh, the other thing that they claimed was there was a phone conversation that I had with my roommate, and they play it on their live. They're claiming that I said that was IA. I never said that was IA. Never claimed that, so there's another lie. They also said that I received upwards of $50,000 from my followers. Not even close, honey. Not even close. I don't need to tell you how much, but it certainly wasn't that. I don't know if I mentioned this, but Nick made a phone call to somebody today, and how in the world they know this information is beyond me. I cannot figure it out. They actually texted this information to the friend about the phone call and making fun of the phone call. Who did that? I don't know. I'm not saying it's Galena and her group, but that did happen. They have, however, repeatedly, over and over again, sent the police to my house. The last time the police came, it was because they stated that she had bruises on her neck. Somebody said something about a bruise on the eye too, but that's not what the officer said to me. Bruises on the neck. So I had to bring them in and show them that there was no bruises on her. And she wasn't even on the live that night, so I don't know where they came up with the fact that there were even any bruises on my daughter. Adult Protective Services has been contacted maybe 15 times. You know, and if I was doing something wrong, they would have figured it out by now. You know, there's all different kinds of accusations, like, okay, and here's a good one. There's two people that I know that supposedly, well, I did have a conversation with them about my son's old, hang on. My son's day center that he used to go to, his adult day center. There's a couple things that came up about that. They claimed that he was kicked out of there for inappropriate behavior. My son has never been kicked out of a day center in his life. So that's a lie. And how would they know that? Okay? They claim that they call these places and they get information. Nobody's going to give them any information, you know, about my son. They're not going to talk to somebody that they don't even know. Anyway, back to the conversation that was had. They got severely twisted. Disgustingly twisted. Chrissy said if she didn't love them. Get off of Chrissy's back. I think you might have read her comment wrong. So the conversation was, sorry I keep getting distracted. I'm trying not to read the comments so that I can keep myself on track here, but it's kind of hard sometimes. The conversation was about the fact that they had a few adult men that were doing inappropriate things in the classroom. Touching themselves, pulling their part out. These were males. What I told them was that they would have to pull that person aside and instruct them on what to do in private, okay? They never touched the person. They never did anything to help them do what they needed to do, but they did instruct them and teach them what they could do for themselves. Okay? Never once did that involve my son. He never did anything inappropriate. And never once did I say that he can't do it himself, so I help do it for him, which they've said on their live over and over and over again. Yeah, I'll bring Melanie back when things cool down. That's just freaking disgusting. It's a flat out lie. They've called Adult Protective Services and told them that I do this, so I had to deal with that. It's causing undue stress on my son. They're accusing him of doing things he's not doing. They're accusing me of doing things that I'm not doing. And they have no frickin' proof. No proof. How do you know that? By watching my live? How do you know that? By a conversation that supposedly got recorded, and you will hear nowhere where I say I did this for my son, unless it's a doctored recording. Yeah, it's gross of them. It kind of makes you wonder what happened to them in their lives to project this on me. I would never touch my son down there unless it was for a medical situation. Also, by the way, that Reddit page that got banned, I had nothing to do with that. You know who did? Marsha. Marsha is the one that banned your page, and I didn't know nothing about it. She told me after the fact, and was so excited that she got your page taken down, Gaylena. That was Marsha, not me. I had nothing to do with that. Oh, and by the way, that exposing account that gets on there and talks, I know you're Firmad from Reddit. Be careful about your lies. Be careful about your lies. Because of a lot of this stuff, I'm now moving. A lot of you know that. I need to be in a place that protects my children and protects me. Protects our family. So, I mean, if I could ever afford a lawsuit, I would go after defamation of character totally. Yeah, law enforcement won't do anything. I'm just looking through to see if I forgot anything. Oh, also, Sarah, if you're watching, Why are you lying? This person, Sarah, who was my moderator for a short time, befriended me on here, saying that, and she was smart. She would talk to me about her getting pizzas, and all these things that were happening to me were happening to her too. Now I wonder if any of it happened. She's also the one that claimed that I told her that I finished my son. She recorded our conversations, evidently. And, hang on, what? Okay, shut the door. Shut the door, please. She infiltrated me. Became my friend. You know, we had private conversations. But all she was doing was getting information for Galena. And then she got on a live, and I happened to catch it because somebody alerted me. And when I called her out on it, she lied over and over and over again to me. No, I'm not on live. In fact, that was a night where there was a storm. She claimed that her electricity went out, that she couldn't moderate for me because of that. Well, she couldn't moderate for me because she was going on their live, spewing whatever lies she had. Who are we talking about? The people that have been harassing me for 3 years now. Are we going to find out who it is? Well, I know who's getting on the live and doing that. Who's doing the other stuff? I don't know if it's somebody they know. I don't know that they know who it is. I have no clue. So, it could be two separate things. The pizzas could be coming from somewhere else. They are coming, along with a lot of other stuff. They blocked you? Yeah. He doesn't dress her. He brought me a shirt to put on her. I put it on her. They're watching TV. Yeah, Jenny, they tend to not bother atypical people. They go after people that have special needs kids. Galena did this to a good girlfriend of mine, too. to the point where she wouldn't go live anymore. Oh my God. Whatever. Yeah, well, I've checked out their Reddit before, and she goes after a lot of other people, and they all have been people that have had their child pass away, or their child has special needs. She goes after people like that. What's the name on her? Her name's Galena. I don't have the money for an attorney, guys. I was off TikTok. I was off of TikTok for 3 weeks. You guys should know that. Remove all your cash. What do you mean remove all my cash? Anyway, when I got off of TikTok, things got worse. When I get off of TikTok, they call me and say, oh, we miss you, get back on. They send me, text messages again. They start sending pizzas to my house. The pizzas that I got over the last 3 weeks are freaking ridiculous. We want to vomit now when we see a pizza. If you guys think I'm making a lot of money off of this platform, I'm not. I'm not at all. I'm making a little bit. Does it help? Yes. Don't answer the door. Well, that's easy for you to say. I'm not going to let the person that's delivering the stuff, wonder what the heck's going on. And there was one time that happened. Nobody heard the doorbell, and I opened up the door, and there's a pile of pizza and wings out there, and it wasn't even good pizza. It was gross. It wasn't anything that we would eat. The cash gifts that paid for my appliances. No, okay, I bought the fridge all by myself. I bought the dishwasher all by myself. Okay? That didn't come from any money that anybody sent to me or gifted me. Okay? The stove, yes, I got some money for that. Part of it was mine. Part of it came from followers. The microwave, I got that really cheap at a garage sale. I paid for that. Okay? So all this money you think I'm getting, it's not as much as you think. If it did that, yeah, that's what TikTok's about. Yes. Well, I responded Because it's just yet another accusation that they're making about me. Fridge, yeah, I bought the fridge. I put it on my credit card. If it's on my credit card, it's my money, isn't it? Yeah, you heard Nick say she was done. I had him finish feeding her so that I could get in here. Oh my God. Thank you, Critical. Thank you. And thank you for everybody else who sent gifts that I didn't mention. By the way, Galen, I do have a text message. I believe... Oh, shoot. That might have been on my other phone. Never mind. Never mind. Nick's not doing anything. You want me to go look? I'll go look. Okay? Okay. Here she is sitting on her sofa all by herself, okay? You happy? What are you doing? You're getting more of my dinner?
Mm-hmm.
Leave that there so that I have something to eat later, please.
Yeah.
And then put the dishes away, please. Yeah, Nick doesn't do anything to his sister. They're just sick bastards that have to claim that he does. They're trying to get Nick arrested right now with all the accusations that they're making. And you know what's funny? Oh my God, she claims that I'm inappropriate with my children all the time. You know that she was on the live the other night with her granddaughter sitting right behind her, her young granddaughter, talking about all this stuff that's going on. Like, it makes me wonder, that poor child, when she gets a little older and understands what her grandma was saying, first off, is going to learn how to bully people, learn how to frickin' lie, and she's hearing all this content about SEX. Yeah, Miss Diva, I've wondered. Thank you, Penny. Nick can definitely be trusted, honey. He's never done anything to anybody. This is defamation? You mean the stuff that they're saying about me? Totally. No, we haven't moved yet. We've been trying to get the house ready to go on the market. There were a lot of repairs that need to be done that would have got called on an inspection, and I want all that done so that nothing gets called. There's been many police reports. Who's saying all these lies? Somebody named Galena. But I'm going to address one of the first things that I addressed. They kept claiming that a lot of the hacking that was going on in my lives months ago, and the text messages we were getting, the phone calls we were getting, the polls that would go up were all created on my behalf. In other words, I asked my 2 old moderators to do this stuff. They even accused Nick of it, which never happened. I never asked anybody to do any of that. I never told anybody to turn off the comments and turn them on. I never did any of that. I like the way my lives used to be. Real, upbeat, friendly, music, singing, doing trivia cards. Anastasia, get your mind out of the gutter. Get your mind out of the gutter. There's nothing happening. Yeah, right, Gina? I mean, how do you prove it? How do you prove it, country girl? Everything's done with fake numbers and... like, they'll do things, they'll block their number. But never once did I ask my mods to do any of that. She has to raise her grandchild, then she should be spending all of her free time while her own child? You mean the daughter? Her daughter? I don't know. I don't know why she watches her. I don't know if the daughter's working or what. Right, only mama? Oh, yeah, Mims, I don't know. I'm not even gonna assume anything because I don't live in that house. I don't know what's going on. I mean, I'm sure she has a reason for watching her granddaughter. What it is, I don't know. Yes, Stella, I do. Has this harmed the relationship? Yes, but I still have a relationship with them. Allie, I packed up the Alexas. Don't have any way to play any music. Autism support group? Yes, I am in one. What about my former roommate? Right, Mims? I agree. What do you mean he's taken a lot of shit? Oh, You mean talking a lot of shit. Yeah, well. Yeah, I know. They all make videos about me. Do I ever make a video about them? Do I make it, go live every night about any of them? No. I leave them the hell alone. I don't care for any of them. Sophia, that's been done. Yeah, they're making money off of my content. That's right. That's true, Nikki. you, you are so right. Well, I did have one roommate that it worked out well, and we remained friends. But that was many, many, many years ago. Before Melanie was sleeping on the sofa. He slept on the sofa. And that was just to give him time to get his own place. Yeah, Jimbo, I'm working on it. We've had a couple setbacks, though. We've got now a new leak in my roof, and part of the ceiling in the garage is falling down now. So we've got to get that repaired. Then we're going to have to repair the sheetrock. Tell you, if it's not one thing, it's another. We had a pretty good storm go through here last week, and it did something. It did something. Could Nick get a job? Could he be trained? Yes, if they had programs that would do that. But what I've been told by his teachers and stuff at the day programs, because they used to go out and work in the community, work at the park. He would be given certain tasks to do. He could never stay on task. Chrissy, I own the home. That's why I'm fixing it and selling it. So he would need a one-on-one. There aren't any programs out here, T. Marie. They don't have the funding for it in my county, I guess. And they will not, even though there's supposedly one in the next county over, they won't cross county lines. Yes, he gets very sidetracked because he's a very social person. So if anybody walks by, he's going to want to talk to them. Yeah, Taylor, I don't think he'd be very good at that either. I don't know. Someday I would like to see him have a job. I really would. Maybe in the next place we land, that'll happen. We don't have a Home Depot that's near us, honey. We're kind of on the outskirts of the city, so there's not a whole lot where we're at. Hey, Donna. Oh, no, he's afraid of the lawnmower. Yeah, and I don't think he would do a very good job. And it's so hot where we're at, that's not going to be good for him to be out in the heat with his heart condition. That's a good suggestion, though. Thank you. Yeah, I know there is one-on-one job coaching, but it's not available in my area. Guys, that's part of the reason why we're moving is so that I could get the kids into day programs so that I, you know, better doctors, hopefully. And then I will do financially better in another state as well. You worked in the cafeteria? Yeah. Yeah, Ashley, I know. And I checked that out before I moved to this state. I actually, because the one that, hang on.
I just got an Amber Alert.
You got an Amber Alert?
Yeah.
Okay, shut the door, please.
Yeah, we got kidnapped.
Okay, thank you for letting me know. Can you please go finish the dishes? Nick, please go finish the dishes.
It was in Miami.
Okay. Close the door. Yes, my knee. Oh, I know I probably jacked up your name. Yes, so we're looking to go at a state that that will do that. Why did I put it down? Because I was talking to my kid. Mel's in bed. Yes, he's curious about what's going on in here. That's why he keeps popping in. Yes, I'm aware of a lot of the good states that are good to go to. Oh no, he couldn't work a whole shift. No way. Stores are very overstimulating. Yeah, they can be. I think they would be for him. If he worked like at a Walmart or like a Home Depot like somebody else had mentioned, he would be so highly distracted. I seem kind of mean. Okay. He wasn't listening, so I don't think that's being mean, that's being a parent. If your child's not listening to you, then you make your voice stern. Sorry if you don't like that. Sheltered workshops. Yeah, they used to have that in California, and then they lost a lot of their funding. And then COVID hit, and that made it even worse. Yeah, it's hard when your child's nonverbal. I get it. Right? Is it Isla? Ayla? Do I have a BOCES? What is that? I don't know what that is. Yeah, we're talking about Nick getting a job. Yeah, a lot of states are losing funding. And I hear California's getting even worse. They're starting to take away, like parents that are the caregivers and getting paid for it. They're taking that away from them too. Does he? Oh, he loves animals. Bucky's? Oh, let me go back. Ruth Ann, is that what you were trying to say? Do we have a Bucky's? No. An animal shelter? Well, guys, you got to remember, you have to live close enough that they can get there, okay? Either on their own or have somebody drive them. BOA sees, I don't know what that is. Yes, the cats are coming with us. Joanne, are they adults? And what state are you in? I cannot leave my children at home alone to go work. They are my job. They're my full-time job. Yeah, I think Buc-ee's is overrated too. I went in there and I had so much anxiety. People everywhere, not paying attention to where they're walking. Oh my God, it was the busiest place I've ever seen. In Massachusetts and Virginia, you can't get paid as a caregiver. Bruce, why is that any of your business? What is that? You're from New Zealand. What is what, Nadia? Buc-ee's? It's like a big, huge gas station. I mean, it is humongous. Like a truck stop, okay? But they have a huge store with all this food in there and clothing in there, little trinkets, just tons of stuff. Like a gift shop. You help people get on disabled waivers to receive payments. Yeah, I've tried that out here. It's years and years before anything actually goes through. So, that's not going to help me. Trucks go in there to get gas, Kelly. See if a local rescue could help? What do you mean, Luna? Are you talking about Nick working there? There's no I could have swore I saw trucks there. Well, I might be wrong. I thought I saw trucks there. I guess it was just a whole lot of people. I mean, it's huge. You would think that they would allow trucks in there. So I must have just assumed that. Thank you, United. Okay, someone said some Buc-ee's allow them, some don't. So maybe where I went, they did, and that's why I had that recollection. I probably have a video on TikTok that might show that. I'll have to go back and look at it. She's in bed, Selena. You're from Texas? Yeah. They mostly see RVs. Do you know much about New Zealand? No, I don't. Why do you keep asking me what time it is? Cat rescue or little dogs. I think Nick and Mel might enjoy it. Melanie wants nothing to do with animals. And we don't, like I said, we don't have anything like that in our area. You asked twice? Okay. Well, if I don't answer it, there's probably a reason. Guys, I need to go water my grass. I'm gonna go do that while I got John. Nick, why aren't the... Clean off the table, please. Okay? Do the dishes. There's just a couple things.
Okay.
Please? Alright. Do I have a favorite candy? Ooh. Turn the wrong light on. Reese's peanut butter cups, anything chocolate and peanut butter. Sorry, it's gonna get a little dark, guys. We were supposed to get rain today and didn't, so I need to make sure my grass seeds are wet. You love Reese's. Yeah. How can I afford water? I'm watering a small patch. I'm not watering the whole lawn. If you look at my video of my front where we redid the flower bed, there's a section of dirt which I point out, and you will see what I'm watering. Why is it so close to my face? I don't know. But if I don't keep this watered, the seed will not germinate and it won't grow. So, that's why I'm out here watering it. And I wait until the sun goes down so that I'm not wasting water and it's not getting dried up. So, there you go. Right, Yassie? Come on, kitty, move. Come on, you're gonna get wet. There you go. And I want to make sure the flowers have water too, because I don't want them to die. So I'm also watering the flowers. No, Poodle. No, I have not. If you look at my videos, you'll know that. I've posted a few videos showing the improvements that we've made and talked about why we're doing it, which is to sell the house. And I say improvements, it's pretty much just fixing stuff that needed to be fixed. Does anyone want to buy my house? I don't have it on the market yet. How do I know that? How would I know that? Bruce, I'm not going to come out here at 5 or 6 in the morning to water, and I wouldn't do it then anyways, because this way it can, you know, be wet all night. If I water it in the morning, it gets hot real early, and everything would dry up, and so I wouldn't get the best use out of the water, would I? You recommend watering at dawn or dusk? watering at night can give you mushrooms. Well, I've never had any mushrooms, so I'm not going to worry about it. It's still quite warm out. Okay, great. You're in landscaping. That is amazing for you. You grew up in the desert, watering at morning and at night keep things fairly alive. That's true. You're right. When I was in Arizona, we would have to water twice a day. Actually, it's gone up in our area, Poodle. Do we get alligators? I have not seen an alligator here. I've seen armadillos and raccoons. You never water things, stay green most year. Well, usually around this time of the year we get more rain, but the last few days we have not, so I need to make sure things stay wet. Like I said, we just put some seed down, and you need to keep it wet for it to germinate and grow. That's why I'm out here watering. Oh, Nadia, I don't know what the conversion is, but I would imagine she's got a high temperature. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. She's from, I think she said she's from the UK or some other country. They don't, she's not talking like, you know, what we do here in the US. The measurements are different. Thank you, Jenny. Yeah, you have to convert it. I have. Oh, somebody just did. She said 101. Yeah, that would be something I would keep an eye on, definitely. Alright, one other spot. Your daughter pediatrician said you don't need to take them until 106. At 105, they can get brain damage, from what I've heard. At least that's what they used to say. Even on Naked and Afraid, they don't let them get that that high. There was a temperature of 106. 105, 106, I don't remember exactly. 105, 106, I don't remember exactly. Yeah, I don't know, because my kids are healthy. They haven't had a fever since they were little. Yours says 102. Yeah, well, I'm sure, doctors have different points of view. Yes, it can cause convulsions, you're right. And the guy was freaking, the guy that they removed because of the fever was getting, like, delusional, like he wasn't speaking right. Moles, he's not doing that. Dude, if I have to ask you one more time, your phone is going to be mine.
No.
Then get up and do what I asked you to do right now, please. Okay? I've asked you nice 3 or 4 times. In fact, give me your phone until you're done. Give me your phone until you're done.
No.
I've warned you. Give me your phone. Now.
No.
If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Now.
I will.
No. Give it to me, and then when you're done, you can come in and get it. Thank you. When they think they're the parent. He doesn't like his phone taken away at all. And it's happened a few times. He definitely feels the pain. But he was being too distracted. He's on there watching YouTube. Plus he's got the TV on. Like, why do you need both? Yeah, right. We feel like nags, right? I bet he will get it done fast now. There's not a whole lot to do. It's not like I'm asking him, to do dishes like at a restaurant or something. There's just a couple dishes. That's it. Your husband has his TV and his phone on. Your daughter waited until you yelled. Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes we do have to yell. Or raise our voice or make it seem stern. You know what, though? Most men don't have to do that. Us women, we don't get a fair shake in that department. And I think it's because the men aren't around all day long with the children, and plus, men are just scarier. Like, my dad was scary to me when I was little. If he said something, I did it. But I did what my mom said too, so... You know, I tried to be a good kid. You discipline them, not me. Well, I would discipline the kids in a nice way, and then my ex would turn around and like if I took something, you know, and said you can't have this, he would come home and give it right back to him. It's like, well, thanks. What does that do to me? He would do that to me so often. So I really had a rough time with the kids being respectful when they were younger. And then, on the other hand...
I'm done.
You're all done already?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Let me go look. I'm gonna go look. Okay, table looks decent. Okay, you left one thing in here. Wash that. Leave that spoon there because I'm going to get my stuff later. And then I'll take care of that other pan. Okay?
Okay.
Good job, Nick. No. And I told you there wasn't much there. He just didn't want to get up and take care of it. Yes, that was fast. Oh, thank you, Erica. You got the switch. Yeah. I didn't have to be told twice to do anything. In fact, I used to do extra chores around the house just to help my mom, but my mom had a lot of migraines, which is probably where I get it from. Something genetic there. But mine have been way, way better. Way better. They put me on a Jovi, and I think that's helped. But I've also learned that if you, for instance, I have a collagen drink every night. So in that, I mix these packets that you can get like from CVS or Walmart or anywhere, TikTok shop. I've got some on my showcase. They're called hydration drinks, or like liquid IVs, kind of. I think are really similar. And there's something about those. They help you to absorb, the water. If you're just drinking straight water, I mean, it's good if you're drinking the hydration drinks during the day or at night as well. That helps you absorb it. There's stuff in there that helps your body absorb it. Yeah. Hey, Nick, can you go grab that pack of, I'll give you this. I will give you your phone back. Go get the that blue box with the hydration sticks in it, so I can show them what I've been using from CVS. I'm telling you, they help a lot. So much. The electrolytes, yep. Do they give me energy? No. No. It's to hydrate you. To a lot of athletes and stuff use stuff like this because it helps them bounce back from their workouts and stuff and recovery. So actually, this one says liquid IV. So can you guys see that? This one came from CVS. But like I said, there's some really, really good ones on the TikTok shop. You want to make me my drink?
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you your phone back here. Thank you for doing your chore. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Good job. Is it good? So I mix, like my collagen, I mix it with lemonade and some soda water, and then I'll put one of these in. I think, what flavor is that? Lemon?
Lemon lime.
Lemon lime. So I like flavor in it. Doctors recommend it too. Yes, my doctor said that was definitely a good thing to do. You know, he's all about that, trying to do stuff without medication. Use liquid IV one time, it made ice appear in your water. Really? Huh. It's never done that to mine. I do put ice in mine too, though. Smart water. I love smart water. Core water, no sugars. Just water. This doesn't have sugar in it. Nick likes them. Oh yeah, he loves them. Melanie's fine. She's asleep already. So, this is the water people are mentioning. Smart water. It's one of the best waters I've tried. I'm sure she is, Emma. I'm sure she is. You make yours with lemons, potassium, and magnesium. Empty the capsule into lemon water. Yeah, I do take magnesium, and potassium's actually in the hydration drinks. How much is the water? I don't know. I had cases here from when I prepared for the hurricane, and so we're just going through those. I don't remember how much I paid. You can find it at Costco, which is probably going to be the cheapest price, but they have them, you know, everywhere. Thank you, Tiffany. You have migraines like hell? You need to try this. I'm telling you, I had no clue what I was stumbling onto when I promoted a hydration drink. I had one. And the very next day, I didn't have a migraine. I'm like, I have them every day, all day long. All day long. So, I drank that, and I'm like, So I started looking into it and doing a little bit of research, and found out why they help you. Well, lady, then like with everything else, people should consult their doctor to see if it's something that their body can handle. Oh, they've got it there? I'll have to check that out, Pat. Yeah, migraines are terrible. But literally, I don't have to take anything extra to get rid of them, but once in a great, while. Like a couple times a month, maybe. I believe so, Sloth, yes. Nurtec, so they just prescribed that for me, but that's just like through the breakthrough migraines, like the ones that that just pop up every now and then. It's okay, sorry. Didn't take his meds. I don't know. I will ask him when he comes back. Thank you. Yes, you get bag. Get a bag. I can't remember how many. Right. What did you say before? I already forgot. Oh, the liquid IVs?
I got a birthday coming up too.
Pat, were you talking
week.
about the liquid IVs
My birthday
from
is next
Costco?
week. Mm-hmm.
I don't like Gatorade. I don't like the way it tastes.
Hey, Mom.
Alright, thank you.
I have my birthday coming up too.
I know you do, but we're not talking about that, please.
Yeah.
No. They're saying hi, Nick.
Yeah.
They're saying hi.
Hi.
Nick says hi back. Aw, thank you, Donna, for the rose. Pedialyte is good, too. Yeah, I don't care for that either. We're okay, Teresa. Hey, did you take your meds yet?
No.
No. Go finish the drink and then you need to take your meds. Vitamin water. Are we sick? No. Yes, Katie. Why do you say I seem mad? We've been in here having a nice conversation. You're not even a follower. So, Aang, what are you, a troll? You're new here and you think I seem mad? Because we're talking about hydration drinks and migraines? Really, Emma? Right. Girl, calm down. Wow. Alright. Bye, Madison. Calm down. Guitar Town, who are you referring to? Okay, bye. Guitar Man just got blocked. Right, Bonnie? Emma, message me privately. And you wonder why I think I'm mad? Whatever. Yeah, Bonnie, unfortunately, it doesn't help. Right, Amanda? Oh, no. Well, they didn't make that very clear. Sarah? You in here? Okay. Can you go unblock that person that I just blocked? What was their name again, guys? Guitar Man. Guitar Man. Good night, Starry Night. Guys, I need to pause the live really quick. I'll be right back, I promise. Pause the live really quick. I'll be right back, I promise. Right back, I promise. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I am back. So, did that fella get unblocked? Thank you, Nick. Were you able to unblock that guy? Thank you.
Okay.
Now go get your meds, please.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes. Alright, so do you guys remember moderator Sweet Love that I used to have? We're gonna kind of go back to some of the crap. She's actually on their live right now talking shit about me. I know that because somebody alerted me. But let's talk about some of the shit about her. You know, she posts nasty videos about me. I've never posted nothing about her. She claims that I'm doing stuff to her, that I'm behind the text messages, which I'm not. She, at one point, posted something about that she couldn't go get a job because she was afraid that I would send somebody to attack her mother at her house. This person I used to think was a friend. Patsy, private message me, Patsy. I think so. Anyway, she claims that I would message her boyfriend all the time, which I did not. He contacted me. He contacted me and he asked me some questions, and I gave him some suggestions on what he was asking. That's all. He does message other people too, by the way, Marsha. And Marsha, if you would get up off your ass and go get a job, you might not be homeless right now. I'm sorry that you got evicted. I'm sorry that you're living in your ex-husband's run-down, holy-roofed, broken-windowed house. I really am. And I might have even helped you out and supported you somehow if we were still friends. But after the bullshit that you've said about me, you're on your own, honey. You're on your own. Yeah, Hannah, it's in our bio. But I'm just sick and tired of the lies and the accusations and all this bullshit. Get a life. Get a life. You know, I never went on here and talked bad about you until today. Until today. I don't know, Patsy. And just to remind you, Marsha, you told Gaylena that I asked you to, like, get her banned from Reddit or get her account taken down on TikTok. I had nothing to do with that. Absolutely nothing. Her TikTok got shut down, and I knew nothing about it until Marsha told me. Evidently, Marsha was sending reports in about you or whatever. to their legal department. Yeah, nobody, right, Wendy? Backstabber. And Marsha, I would never do anything to hurt you. Even though you've hurt me immensely, I would never do anything to hurt you or your mother. Alright, I still care about you as a person. And again, I'm really sorry you're in the situation that you're in. But there are things that you could do to help yourself out. I even tried helping you fill out paperwork so that you could get paid to take care of your elderly mother. And you kept telling me no. I can't do it online. I can't do this, I can't do that. Well, pull out the physical paperwork. I'll help you do it. I've gone through stuff like this before. I can help you answer the questions. And she refused my help. Right? They won't help themselves and they blame others. I know. My therapist is only one in my circle. Nope, I mean I can't force her to do it. You know? Sweet love, not sweet pea. I know that, Emma. Please stop posting stuff on here. If you need to talk to me in a different way. Guys, hang on a second. I need to pause again and unblock somebody. Unblock somebody. Unblock somebody. Not wanting to use my what resources, Alice? What resources? Are you talking about me? Oh, you're talking about her. Yeah. And then she also claims she couldn't get a food card. Like, she's not working. To help who? Yeah, I'm back tonight. The caseworker? Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I know that. I know that. Thank you, Kelly. What I'm doing to my daughter. Wow. Yeah. Alright. You don't get to tell me what to do with my daughter, because you don't live here. If I want to spread awareness about her autism and go live at night at dinner time where people could see her and interact, that's my business, not yours. And you know that there's a lot of other parents that go live with their children and their families. Are they doing the same thing? Thank you, United. And yes, it does teach a lot of people about autism. You know, they get exposed to it. So hopefully, I mean, one of my goals here is to make it so that people aren't so uncomfortable when they see them in public. There's a lot of people that are really uncomfortable, or they don't, you know, Nick will go up and talk to them, and they're like, oh, what, you know, we don't want that. We don't want that. Yeah, they can be very smart, Erica, very smart. Normalize it, that's exactly right. Yeah, Erica, I mean, I worry about my kids on a daily basis. Every time we go out, I wonder, you know, because there's been a couple times people have been really inappropriate. You know, when my son tries to say hello or whatever, they're like, they get all weirded out, you know? And that's not an appropriate response. What are you talking about, Tammy? And why do you keep asking the same question over and over again? Yep, it's terrible. I mean, I was in an office a couple days ago, and there was a single mom there. She had a young child that was just bouncing off the walls. Bouncing off the walls. And I think a lot of people would probably have gotten upset over that. Instead, you know, I talked to her, I let her know, hey, I'm a special needs mom too. The kid had autism and hyperactivity. Anyway, we had a wonderful conversation, and you know, I talked to her about what my kids used to do when they were younger, and you know, how there were a lot of similarities. You know, just letting her know she's not alone. I fed the kids. I haven't eaten yet. Tawny, that doesn't make them true. That does not make them true. Okay, Tammy. Okay. I will. I'll eat. Yeah, community is very important. Oh, thank you. It's an old Walmart, like $3 shirt back when they used to be $3. It's probably, God, this thing's probably 20 years old at least. Right, Sammy? Yeah, I love the color. Love the color. Yeah, it's comfortable. Yeah, their shirts used to be made very well. They've changed a little bit. And they've gone up in price, too. Is the hate page true or not? Lexi, really? Yeah, Walmart does have a lot of nice clothes, nicer clothes now. Years ago they didn't, though. Gosh, one time I went on a trip and my luggage got lost, and the airport gave me some money to buy some clothes to get me through till they found my luggage. And I had to go to a Walmart. And this was back in '06. They didn't have much back then. They did not have a lot to choose from. You remember when Kmart was what? Yep, every child's different. Farrah, thank you. Lindy, you know what? Let me bring Nick in to answer that question for you. Hey, Nick? Nicholas, come in here for a quick second. Somebody wants to ask you a question. That doesn't mean that that's what he wants. Come here. Somebody in here was asking if you would like to live in a group home where you might be living with other people with special needs.
No.
You don't think it would be fun to hang around other people with special needs all day?
No.
Why not? He said no. He answered the question. But you would make more friends.
I want to live with my mom.
Okay. Thank you, bud. He answered the question. Love you.
What we do?
Okay, shut the door. So there. Did that answer your question? Thank you.
Okay.
Love you, Betty.
What we do?
Oh, you want the cat out?
Yeah.
Did you finish taking your medication?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Well, she's not going to come out. She wants to hang out here. So, can you do me a favor? I saw some dirty clothes on your bedroom floor. Can you please go pick those up and put them in the hamper?
Yes.
Thank you. He's been in day programs, Tamar, is that how you say your name? So, you know, he's had socialization. He gets socialization here, just not every single day. I mean, I take them places, we go do things. They do have their own rooms, Braden. Yes, Chris. Later. I will. Alright, hang on just a second, guys. I gotta take this phone call. I'll be right back. Alright, hang on just a second, guys. I gotta take this phone call. I'll be right back. Guys, I gotta take this phone call. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Thanks for being patient with me. Okay, sorry about that. Thanks for being patient with me. I missed a lot of comments. Let me look back. Thank you, Bonnie. Yes, Sherry, I agree with you. Walk in my shoes 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, and see what it's like. And I know Lindy, I know a group home isn't always bad. I do know that. For some people, it's great. It's just not something he wants to do. You know, he likes seeing his mom every day. He likes the interaction we have. If he was in a group home, I certainly wouldn't get to see him every day. Did they attend school? Of course they did. In fact, let me school you. They were both diagnosed extremely early. Okay, the first few months of their life. Right away, we got them into programs where, you know, they received occupational therapy, they received speech therapy, you know, every kind of therapy possible, they were getting it. Adaptive PE, so they had a PE teacher that would...
I was going back to day program.
Can we stop, please?
Yes.
Okay. Can you shut the door? So within like the first 3-4 months of their life, they were leaving for a few hours every day to get these therapies, these services. They received them in a classroom setting till they were like 21, 22. None of your business, Kevin. He said something to me. He wasn't talking to you. At any rate, so yes, they did, after that, they went into an adult day program, which they both did for years. When I moved where I'm at now, they don't have those available. We've been here 3 years, so for 3 years, they haven't had that. Yours is 22 years old. Are they still in school? Yeah, I know they don't know what they're talking about. We had in-home therapy, too, for many, many years. They would come in and do occupational therapy. They would come in and do speech therapy. Me too, Sammy. That's what occupational therapy is, Steve. That definitely, Sammy. I love being around my kids. Thank you, Michelle, for the rose. No. No. I mean, you can go look up the definition if you want. And yes, they did receive physical therapy too. And when I said adaptive PE, that's a part of it. They do things to help the child develop. You know, muscular. Some of them have muscular issues, so they're going to design the activities based on what that child needs. She likes a lot of food. But since she's nonverbal, I don't know what her favorite food is. You don't know how it is, but you had a child with disabilities. What do you mean you don't know how it is? What do you mean that's not an answer? I just answered your question. She loves lots of foods. She makes noises when she eats, so I know she's liking it. What her favorite food is, I don't fucking know. I can't read her mind. She doesn't tell me. She is a non-functional verbal, non-verbal child, adult. So, you know, how do you know when somebody can't functionally speak to you about things like that? I can ask her, which I've done in my lives many times, hey, what's your favorite food? What's your favorite color? You think she's going to answer me? No, she's not. Yeah, and I wouldn't give, I'm not going to give her anything that I thought she wouldn't like anyways. I mean, she was more verbal when she was younger. I'm sure if there was something she didn't like, she would have tried to throw it in the garbage, or she wouldn't have eaten it. But I feed my kids good food. I have never once had my kids complain, neither one of those two, about anything that I've made. Yeah, she loves music. Oh, thank you, Ricky. I'm being rough with her. I'm very gentle with her, so I don't know what you're talking about. I ain't even gonna say your name. Yeah, and Sammy, what, if she's, when she makes the noise, I didn't say smile, okay, so don't twist what I said. She makes noises, she'll go, and you guys have heard it. You guys have all heard it. When she's making those noises, you know she really likes what she's eating that night. Do I know if it's her favorite? People ask me what's my favorite, and I say it's whatever I happen to be eating, because that's what I'm craving. So, you know, it might be the same for her. I don't have a favorite food, you know. I love Mexican food, I love sushi, I love Chinese. You know what? I love Italian food. Are any of them my favorites? Not really. I just love food. No, you're not going to see Mel, Jen. She's asleep, and I'm not going to go in and disturb her. I don't know where what I said got twisted. I was just trying to agree That's crazy. People expect so much out of you. Thank you. I'm taking the benefits and taking advantage of my kids. Don't think so, JK. Don't think so. It's time for you to leave. Bye. Emma, I didn't really have word cravings. Yes, Victoria, they do. Okay, so I guess the frickin' trolls are now threatening to report me to Adult Protective Services again because Nick came in and said he wanted to go to a day program. He wasn't talking about here. He's talking about when we move because they don't have any here and it has nothing to do with me going against his wishes. I've looked for 3 years for programs that would accept him, but there's no funding and there's nothing in my county. So let me just make that really clear. Alright? He wasn't talking about this very moment, you fucking trolls. He was talking about he wants to go back because when we move, we'll be in an area where they will offer that to him. Emma, I didn't get cravings. Yeah, they do take everything out of context. What was I reading? Really? Do I need to tell you? Yes, they do love to start drama. I'm sick and tired of their bullshit. Anyway, guys, I am going to call it a night because I have an early morning. I have my handyman coming over. And I didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night. So I was woken up very, very early, and this mom was a little tired. So, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for listening to all the garbage earlier. Thanks for supporting me. Thanks for all the gifts that anyone sent. And you know what? Be kind to people. Alright? Spread some kindness. Instead of being mean like some other people are. I still spread kindness, even though I have a lot of hate coming at me all the time, and I most certainly could be quite different. So, it's the only way we're going to make the world better. Alright, guys. Love y'all. See you on the next live. It's the only way we're going to make the world better. Alright, guys. Love y'all. See you on the next live. Better.